This video is a 24-hour period of our experience sunup to sunup in Tuscany, Italy, sharing with you where we went, what we ate, who we met, and what we did. We're going to go through exactly what you can expect when visiting this region. Let's start at hour 0. Mornings in Tuscany are dreamy. Just waking up and looking over the countryside is exactly what we wanted when we booked our Airbnb, and it's exactly what we got. From the rustic stone patios to the brick red roof tiles to acres of vineyards and groves of olive trees, it was magical and perfect. And I really don't think you can go wrong here. Every Airbnb we looked at was more picturesque than the last. I'm going to take you through a tour of our villa later on in the video, but for now, this was essentially what every morning was for us. Slow morning on the patio, drinking coffee, eating pastries, chatting about the day, just very slow. And we wanted to stay near Greve because we wanted to be positioned within driving distance to Florence, Siena, San Gimignano, and other Tuscan hotspots, but we also wanted to unwind and experience the countryside. And I'm glad we did. The strategy worked perfectly. We had an amazing trip, and we'll stay in this area next time as well. After we enjoyed the morning, we packed up the cars and headed into Greve for lunch. And this drive was a treat in itself, especially driving through the small village on the hill, Montefioralle. Except it's got this really weird one-way drive that if you don't happen to see this light, you could get yourself into some big trouble. But we totally wouldn't know anything about that. Anyway, if you survive that crazy drive, you end up in Greve. And it's about €1 per hour for parking. And this was pretty reasonable and consistent throughout the region. Our goal was to explore the restaurant scene in Greve. But the first restaurant we hit, La Cantina, we got kind of catcalled into it. And we're glad we did. This turned into our favorite eatery experience in Greve. We would go here 4 more times during our stay. Super friendly owners. We just love Alessandro. He just made us feel really special. There's also just really good value here, from complimentary champagne on sit-down to the complimentary after-dinner dessert shots and pastries.
Jeez, Dan. You done that before?
Oh, maybe once or twice.
After lunch, we left for our day trip into Siena. Siena was at the top of our list to visit as it is my grandmother's favorite Italian city. And since I came to Italy with her and my grandfather when I was younger but never visited Siena, I wanted to visit in her honor, and as a way to say thank you to them for taking me on my first Italian trip. Parking was relatively easy to find, and like most Italian cities, walking is the way to go, especially here. It's a smaller city with a population of 50,000 people. And like most people, we wanted to see the famous medieval square, Piazza del Campo, in the middle of town. And the destination is important, but the journey is as well. And you make your way through these beautiful alleyways. We ended up stopping at a couple shops for snacks, which were super cheap, and got some sunglasses that weren't.
What's that like?
Shut your mouth.
70 euros.
And most importantly, we went to a pharmacy for allergy meds.
That's disgusting. You look awful.
I have allergies in Siena. What am I supposed to do?
Not pull your shirt.
Girls.
We finally made it to the square, and it was gorgeous. Lots of people, but lots of space to yourself as well. It's a huge plaza. Seeing the worn brick and the giant tower, it's hard to forget that this is a medieval square with so much history. The Torre del Mangia was constructed around 1330 AD, and it's still standing. It's just unreal to think that that tower, was built almost 800 years ago. What I love about walking around the square and these tourist hotspots in general are all the tours going on that you can sort of drop in on or hang around the tour guide to get some great local knowledge. I did this in Dublin, Ireland just a week prior, and I got a ton of good knowledge about the city for free.
He wants to become a pacifist. He wants to become a peaceful leader.
And when I was doing it here in the square, that's how I found out that this gelato shop is Rick Steve's favorite, so we had to get some. After we had walked nearly every alleyway, checking out some incredible buildings and churches, which just blow my mind every time I see them, it was time to head back. But I had only eaten 1 gelato today, so I had to make another stop. Leaving Siena, we had to get gas, or petrol, as some people call it. It wasn't my first time fueling in Italy or even Europe, but it is always a shock. And it was also a shock to the gas attendant when I tried to film the price. Sorry, dude. Mi dispiace, amici mio. On our meandering drive back, we pulled over at this viewpoint. Literally around every bend, it looks like this, and I just could not get enough of it. So out came the drone for some scenic shots. When we got back into Greve, into our Airbnb, we got ready to go out to dinner, and I soaked up some of those evening looks around our stay. And this is a 30-second tour of our Airbnb. We stayed just outside Greve on a working olive oil farm where they had a grove of 800 olive trees. We rented this whole place for like $85 or $100 a night, something ridiculously inexpensive for what you get. 3 bedrooms, 3 bathrooms, each with their own private space and bathroom, and they all had amazing views. Then we had this common area and a kitchen for all of us to hang out in, and now, dinner time. When we got back into Greve, we were tempted to go back to La Cantina, but we wandered into the square to try to find a new restaurant. There are a ton of options, and we ended up eating around 9 p.m., partially due to some miscommunication.
Here it actually is, Connor.
Oh, psych. No pizza for you. That's brutal. That's brutal.
Connor, I thought.
Guys, it's okay. It'll come eventually, I think.
There's never been so upset.
But all in all, the food was great and the prices continue to blow us away.
64 is the same, like 64.
Right. Grazie. Buonanotte.
64.
No freaking way. Can I have it?
That's good.
No freaking way.
Waking up to this view is breathtaking and surreal and does not get old. But I'm excited because today we left Tuscany and did a short visit in Pisa to see a bunch of people miming that they're holding up a 15,000-ton leaning structure. I had to partake and try my hand out. We eventually made it to Cinque Terre, where I made another video that people are absolutely loving. It is how to experience all 5 Cinque Terre towns in 24 hours. It's exciting. It's got cliff jumping, castles, catching the train, gelato, relaxation. So please go watch that video, and I will see you in the next one. Ciao.